Hey there, nice to meet you. Let me ask you a question. How much do you know about me? How well do you know me? And I'm taking an estimated guess. It's first impression, clothing, visual, audio, okay? Very first time I've met you, thank you. And in reality though, these are universal for anyone. It's a facade. It's the quality and substance that really counts. Clothing is a facade. Next sentence. Building on curiosity, growth, and maturity goes on indefinitely at an exceptionally high level. Next, a higher level of growth and maturity than most people achieve in their lifetime at the highest level of social science health. Normal. Next sentence. Only the highest level of honesty, integrity, and the healthiest context for over 40 years. I've learned it all, what's true about myself. Thank you very much for investing the time. Let me introduce myself, since you've gotten to know me just a little bit better. My name is Richard Moss, and I prefer to be called Rich. And there's a very good reason I've structured the context in that manner. Now you know me just a little bit better. As of today, this is an introduction on October 4th, and someday in the future you're going to take a look and get that first impression of me. Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to be thoroughly honest with you. Everything I've stated is 100% true. I'm fully aware, and I've learned a lot about our species' social science expertise, and I prefer not to use it. Okay? I'm very genuine, 50-50, all of those sentences. But let me share a little bit more with you. There's a very good reason, and the logic I'm utilizing here is we are truly amazing, because I'm 52 and I've experienced about 17,000 16-hour days. See, at one time I didn't know anything. I learned it. I experienced it. I grew, and I'm whole in that respect. And it is absolutely, truly amazing that we can take all of that experience of our past, archive it, which could be hundreds and thousands of reference points, and archive it in a couple of words or a couple of sentences or a couple of paragraphs as of today. That is truly amazing how intelligent we are. I understand we're all equal in intelligence in that respect. We have the ability utilized in its proper context. Okay? Let me clarify that again. What makes us who we are today is all of those experiences we've had, where we've learned, we've grown, experienced, and we only have today, and we can output many reference points as far as that substance in just a couple of words or sentences or paragraphs. And it's so important for me to emphasize that we all do it. It is truly amazing that we can compute all that information and we can output it in that nature. In its proper context, we are most fortunate in that respect. All we have is today. For me, again, it's October 4th. We have the ability to set short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. We have many, many very intelligent aspects to be able to plan, to grow hindsight, foresight. It's truly amazing what our ability is. As I mentioned, the future isn't here yet. We only have today. Now, there's a very good reason I'm sharing it in this context. You hardly know anything about me yet, but you're about to, okay? This is an introduction. And again, thank you. Thank you very much for letting me introduce myself. You hardly know anything about me, but you will. And I believe the wisest, the way I'm going to format this is do it chronologically. See, we have that ability to compute all of that previous data and just select a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand reference points and output it in that nature. But it's also, it's also, it makes it challenging to just keep it within that specific time range. See, and I'm going to do the best I can to share where that experience came from much further in depth, so you get to know me a whole lot better. So that way, I still may refer to an earlier point or something, foresight. But it's going to be much easier in that respect. And I hope I gain your respect that I guarantee you what I've experienced is I'm most interesting, and I have a ton to share with you. I'm used to going beyond, well beyond, in the healthiest context. Everything I've stated is true. No, I don't use the social sciences. I know them very well, but I prefer to be, and I've had an extremely good experience over the past 40 years at the highest level of honesty, integrity, in the healthiest context. I've learned it all. I didn't know it. So let's do this. I promise you that first 40 years that anyone, just what I've learned about myself, is I understand I'm most interesting, and I promise you're going to get a lot out of it, okay? And then I'm going to structure this into, after those 40 years and what happened and up to present day form. And you're going to know me really well, okay? I thank you very much. I have a limited time restraint here in just a couple of days. I need to go from the very start and do it in 15-minute videos. I'm pushing for time here. It's going to be a rough draft, and later this will be further refined, the substance that I'm going to share with you. And so let's get started here. For me, this is October 4th, and I'm going to start from the very beginning, so you're going to get to know me really well. Because in reality, though, sure, it's a facade. It's the quality and substance that really matters. These clothes can be put on anyone, universally. Now that image and that first impression, and that, as I was describing as a facade, is exceedingly important. It's an image. it can be an incorporated norm, policy. It's very important. Okay? Oh yes, we are most fortunate in our intelligence. That's just absolutely amazing when you look at all of that previous experience of learning and growing and being able to archive it in a couple of sentences and output it. It's truly, but see, and I prefer not to use the social sciences in that respect. I believe we all do it, okay? We only have today, and we can describe intelligence in that respect, and how do we learn it? And truly, we're very fortunate, we're very talented, very intelligent, and channeled in its proper context. We are most fortunate. So let's get started here. Let's get to know each other a little bit better. No matter what I'm going to teach, because I've learned I'm most interesting, and those initial sentences you can go back and listen to, and that is thoroughly honest about what I've experienced in over 40 years. I've had a fantastic experience in life of learning so much and experiencing so much in the healthiest context based on the highest level of honesty, integrity, and the healthiest context. It's true. Building on curiosity, growth, and maturity goes on indefinitely. And what I've stated, I gained that wisdom at certain reference points in my past, and I'm going to describe those specific reference points. I'm ready to get started here. Thank you again. You know me a little bit better now, and so I'm ready for that to further refine the introduction of how it all started chronologically. Great. Thank you.